Welcome to Steph and Jolene talk about eyeshadow. Jolene's actually going to help me learn how to apply new eyeshadow. And like it says in the bottom here, we're going to try an everyday look with the Stark Naked palette. So I'm so thankful that Jolene is here because she is an amazing makeup artist and is going to talk me through how to get an amazing everyday look. So Jolene, what should we get started with?
Well, hi everybody. First of all, this is super exciting to be able to do this with Stephanie, and we just wanted to show you how easy this can be to do an everyday simple look in actually just a few minutes, really. And Stephanie's never used this palette before or done it, so we're going to walk through it. First of all, we both have our base face on, meaning we have our foundation and our blush and everything done. So we're just going to work on doing the eyeshadow look today. So this is the one that we're going to use today, the Stark Naked. So it's one of my favorite because it has the matte shades and it has the shimmer shades. So I love shimmer. I feel like it brightens your eyes and it gives you that little bit of sparkle, which I love. And I also love this because you can actually do a few different looks with this, but we're going to do a more neutral, soft look today.
She's going to start out easy for me so I can learn how to do this before we get into the fancier looks. And you can also do contouring with this. So stay tuned for a future episode where she teaches me how to contour my face. And I can't wait to learn how to do that.
Yes, contouring. It's not scary. Some ladies might think it's scary. It's not scary. Just add some definition to your face and you absolutely can do contouring with this, and you can actually do highlighting with it as well with the shades. So next time you need to tune in for that. So basically what I want to do, Stephanie, if you have a bigger brush, a fluffier brush, if you don't, that's fine. So the first shade, we're going to do a base shade here. So this is the lightest. It's Nubian, I believe it's called. And it's a transition shade. So you're going to put this one over your lid, right to your brow. So you just dip your brush in it a little bit. And I always tap my brush. You can see that extra product come off. I like to tap my brush a bit. And then let me get my right eye. You just start going kind of like a window wiper, kind of like across your lid, right for the base of your lash up to your brow. And you can go in with a bit more if you want. Like I said, this is just your transition shade. So it kind of sets your lid for the rest of the shadows. Yeah, just like that. Okay. And you can build up on it too. That's a nice thing. So I've gone in, dipped my brush in a couple times now. Just give it a little tap and go back in.
And are we doing both eyes?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do both. So you just do the exact same thing. And like, I am not a professional in any way. I've literally just practiced, and you know, I love makeup, so play around with it. It takes some time to get used to it. And once you kind of have a way of doing it, because you can do this look with any palette. So if you follow these steps with any of your palettes, you'll be able to do it.
Pretty soon we're going to have all of the palettes to try.
Oh, yes. I want all of them. So now what I'm going to do is when you're done that, I will let you know.
Step one, I can do step one. I got this.
Yay, step one is done. Yay. So this is called a crease brush. So it's a bit of a more stiff brush. So we're going to use this to do our outer corner here. I'm just pointing and into our crease. So kind of like when you open your eye, this part right here, right? That's your crease. Okay. So we're going to go in with blush, this medium here, medium matte. And what I do is I just tap my brush in it. Oh, whoop, wrong way. Yeah. See what I mean? And then I'm going to tap it off. Okay. And with this now, I like to start in the outer corner and I kind of press down, and I'm just going to swirl my brush in circular motions and then kind of go back and forth into my crease. So this is a very neutral, like press it.
Okay.
And then don't lift your brush, just kind of like do little circles across, if you can see. And then you can like window wipe, wash. Yeah, just like that. Back and forth.
Okay.
And we're going to build up because we're going to go in with the darkest shade after.
Okay, so I'm going to press, swirl, and then
Yeah,
windshield
swirl
wiper.
it right. Yeah, you just kind of give it a nice, you go right to the corner, and it's just going to start giving you that definition. And you'll do the same thing with your other eye as well.
Okay.
And you can build it up. Like if you feel like it's getting like too dark for you personally, definitely what you're comfortable with.
Well, we'll see what I'm comfortable with once we get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Swirl and sweep. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, sweep. Yeah, sweep it across right your crease, right in your.
Now, and how far across my crease do I?
With this shade, I go almost all the way in, right here. Yeah, with this shade. When it's the darker one, we're going to stop halfway.
Okay, that'll be important to remember. Stop with the darker shade.
Yeah, or you're going to look like you might have sit in there. But
well, if you have hooded for Halloween.
Exactly. So ladies that have hooded eyes, they can actually come up a little bit higher with the darker shade. You may find that if you have hooded eyes going closer to your brow bone, because when you have hooded eyes, if your eyes are open, you're not going to see your shadow. So you have to go a little bit higher. But if you're going with a shimmer, you keep it on your lid. You don't want to go higher with your shimmer.
Oh, that is good to know.
Like it's important to keep your shimmer on your lid, lower lid part.
See, things I've learned already.
I mean, really, you can do whatever you want. But if you want kind of the rules.
Yeah, it's important to know the rules so that you can break the rules later because you know what they are and how you'd like to do that.
Exactly.
But when you don't know what the rules are.
If you want glitter and shimmer all the way up to your eyebrows, go for it, you know? Halloween is coming. All right.
Okay.
So you are going to find, like, with your dusting back and forth, you're going to get like fallout like down under your eyes. Don't worry about that. You can take a fluffy brush after and just kind of brush it away.
Okay.
So it's not a big deal. You just want to press it in because then you'll look like you have a dark eye. So I actually have this tin here. So it was actually a Tori Bell one. It's fun.
So everybody should watch for that. I think they may bring that back.
Yes. So this is upside down. Here we go. So these are nice because they clean your brushes off when you're transitioning between shadow shades. So, but you can use a cloth, you can use a Kleenex, whatever. But I handy thing. So I just get a brush. Okay. So now we're going to get some more definition. So now we're going in with the darkest shade here. Okay. Don't be scared. It's Alabaster. It's called this one.
Yes.
So, okay. So with this one,
I'm not nervous at all.
No, don't be. It's okay. We're going to do this. So you can build up with this. So we're going to start with just a bit and then we're going to build it up. So with this one, I'll just explain it first.
Okay.
We want to do this kind of in a V shape, like the outer V of your eye. So you go like mid and you go down across like that. So it's going to look like a V, and that gives you the definition. And it actually draws your eyes up too when you kind of bring it up a little bit. So I've dipped it in here. I'm going to top it off. Right? Yep. Same the worst of one. So with this one, it is more important not really lift your brush a lot and everything because it will go everywhere. So I just kind of press and see I'm just patting. Okay. And then same kind of motion, like just swirl and come down.
Okay.
And you see, you're just going to start building it up.
Okay, here we go.
I start in the corner. If you can see my brush, I tap it a little bit. Okay. And then I just start swirling it kind of in, and I stop about not even midway.
Okay, so I'm going to press.
Yeah.
And then swirl a little.
Yeah. And you can bring it across your lash line a little bit, like just to get it right in there. And we are going to bring this under our eye a little bit after, but for now, we're just working on the outer V. And at first, it might look a little bit like, whoa, but we're going to blend it after. So with any shadow look, blending is the key to any shadow look. it all comes together, because you don't want that harsh line.
No. Okay.
Where it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just building mine up a bit to what I am comfortable with.
Okay.
And like.
So I'm starting with just the little presses and then a little swirl.
Yeah. So gently tap and swirl. And I like the swirling because it blends and it keeps the shadow kind of where it needs to go. It's not falling everywhere.
Yes, because I'm pretty good at getting stuff underneath my eye.
And the best way, like I said, for that is to just use a big blusher brush or just a big fluffy brush to just brush that away. That's good.
That one might be a little bit darker, but
no, that's the thing. And then you can sit back and kind of like look.
So I should just, when I look at the camera here, I should just kind of see it coming up.
Yeah, like if you see, I'm just so it looks a little bit crazy right now, but we're going to clean that up.
Okay.
And you just can see that it's kind of just coming across like this, right?
Okay.
So. And I actually, I'm really impressed with these shadows because they build up so nicely. So, you know, you don't, as you can probably tell, like, it's not like you put this dark shade on and you feel like you have a black eye or something like that, right? So
not yet.
You can start off. We may get there.
Yeah.
You never know. Stephanie, just control the brush.
Control the brush. Don't brush it everywhere. I think this is probably the bravest I've been with darker colors.
Good job. And, you know, like I was saying, these steps that we're doing, can do with any of your shadow palettes. So, you know, tomorrow you can play around with your other one. If you follow these, like do the transition color, do your crease, and then I love doing the shimmer on the lid, and then we blend it. It's just beautiful. So
okay.
That's good.
If I go like this.
Yeah. Ooh, looks nice. Good job. How do you feel?
I have to work on my camera.
It's fun. So I don't know if you have a sponge brush, but if you have a sponge brush, this is one of my favorite type of brushes to use. Yes, perfect. For applying shimmer. It's my favorite. What we're going to do is we're going to go in with the middle shimmer, this one right here, which is Rosy Glow. And I'm going to, yeah.
Perfect.
So I like to just dip it in there, tap it off a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the inner corner and I'm going to tap it all the way across my lid like this. So I'm just going to start pressing it, tapping it like this. And I'm going to meet right to the outer edge and kind of tap it all the way across into the middle. And I'm going to build up. I'm just going to do a few layers of that.
And this goes like right along the lash line, right?
Yeah, right on your whole lid to the lash line. And you may find, like I said, to just build it up. And I like to tap it because I feel like it really goes on well and it shows the shimmer more, if that makes sense.
All these things I'm learning about shimmer.
Yeah, there you go. And then another way you can do shimmer too, it's a little side tip, is you can actually spray like a cream shadow brush or a more stiff brush with like a setting spray, and then dip into your shimmer so it's a little bit wet, and then it goes on really nice. It kind of gives it a totally different look that way. But that's for another time, I suppose.
We're gonna
actually
have all sorts of looks to do. The
Spaced Out palette, is that what it's called? I can't remember. Is that the other one that you have?
I have the All That Shimmers so far.
All That Shimmers. That one too. That one would be good to do with it and that technique.
All right, so I need to do the other eye.
Yeah, and I'm, like I said, just doing the same thing, going in the corner, patting across the corner. And I'm not going high with this. Like I'm stopping right where my crease is. I don't want it to go up high.
Okay, I probably need to go a little higher then.
Yeah, a bit higher, right up into your crease.
So right up to here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, if you take some pictures after with your lighting and stuff, take one with you looking down.
Okay.
And then you'll really be able to see how that shimmer, and we'll blend it after, but.
I'm sure I make all sorts of interesting faces while I'm doing makeup.
Well, that's the fun of it. That's
the fun of doing.
That's the fun. You watch your videos back. Sometimes you're like, I think I need to
Things I
work on that
learned
a
for
little.
next time.
Wait till the mascara comes. The mascara face.
Okay.
Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, and you just build it up to whatever you're comfortable with.
Have more shimmer or less sparkle, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever works. Well, it helps to know where the sparkle and the shimmer should go.
Yeah. And so the lightest shimmer shade we're going to use in the inner corner. It's called Bronzed, but that's the one that you would also use for highlight when we do the contour and highlight one time, which is, that's why this palette is so versatile and amazing.
So it's a great one to start with.
It is. It's the perfect one to start with because it goes with any eye color, because that's another thing, right? What shadows go well with green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes. So this goes well with all eye colors, which is nice. And then, like I said, you can do a more simple look for the day, and then you can really go more dramatic at night. So
perfect.
Yeah. So now I'm going to take my fluffier brush, so your flush that you have.
Okay.
And we're just going to go back and forth over our crease just to blend in, and you can swirl. And you're just going to like swipe back and forth, just blending in that line. No, I don't know if you can see the difference. So I've blended this one out. This one's a little bit more harsh in the corner. You can see you don't really want that. You want it to kind of, you know, blend nicely together. So that's where the blending is the key. And you just swirl and back and forth.
And then in the end, we get to see if Steph's eyes look the same for both of them.
Yeah, there you go. That's the next step. Getting the shadow on and then making sure they're even as you can. We're going to go in. We're going to go in with the lightest shimmer. We do not want to highlight their inner of our eyes with the darkest. That wouldn't be good. So I'm going in with that lightest shimmer, tapping my brush in there. I'm going to press it in the inner corners, just like this, like right like that.
Okay.
Pat it in there, because that is where you want to draw light. And it brightens and opens your eyes. And with this, you will have to like do a few layers to get it so that it's really going. And this favorite makeup tip when I'm doing my shadow is having that bright highlighting color right in my inner corner. And you can pat it a little bit in on your lid a bit, but you basically want it to stay right in that inner corner. Yeah. And you can even take like I have this like brush on the other end of my, and I just kind of pat it in there a little bit. Pat it down.
What makeup brushes to get? That's a whole other conversation for a different day.
Yeah. And we can totally talk about brushes one time. And I can't wait till the day that Laura Hunter will hopefully bring some shadow brushes in. That would be so exciting. She
said there's all sorts of things in the works, so I can't wait. And I think she mentioned at one time there was foundation perhaps that they were working on. So I'm excited for the day when we have a few more makeup products.
I am excited for that. Yes.
True.
So now I'm going to go in with this like angled brush.
I have an angled brush.
And there you go.
I'm just learning what to do with them.
I'm going to go in with the darkest again, the matte dark shade.
Okay.
And I'm just going to tap my brush in it a little bit.
Okay.
Tap it off. And now I'm just going to go under the lash line like this, under my lash line right across about halfway, and bring it kind of up to meet the corner.
Okay.
And too dark, and we can smudge it out so it's not too dark. But I like to bring it up to meet the corner. Yeah.
Could probably put a little bit more on. Maybe.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, I've used other shadows and you take the dark color and it's like no going back.
Yeah, I know. I put a few on and I thought, oh, that's a little too much.
Yeah.
Nothing that some lighter colors can't fix.
Yeah. And then I'm just taking like a fluffier brush, and I'm just the other end of my sponge brush, and I'm just kind of like blending it out a bit, bringing it up. Yeah.
This is where standing up next to my regular mirror would be easier than sitting at my computer.
I know.
Because there's an interesting question. Do people always sit to put makeup on, or do they stand up? I always stand.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have, that is interesting to know. So tell us, what do you do? Stand or sit? I sit because I have my makeup desk with some mirrors and stuff like that. And I usually use my ring light when I'm doing makeup because it's super dark in the morning when I'm getting ready. Yeah. And I don't want to go outside and have big black eyes.
Yes, that's how it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious if people stand up or sit down.
Yeah. What do you do? Ladies, let us know. So I don't have my big fluffy brush when you're done that. So I just cleaned off my fluffiest brush, and I'm just kind of brushing under my eye to get any loose powder shadow. Brush it away.
But I'm learning.
Yeah, you're doing good. Yeah. And you can even take your finger if you want and just clean it up a bit. If you we don't probably have all our makeup stuff right by us. I don't anyways. But you can actually, if you find that you have it too dark underneath or it's too dark that for you, you can take your concealer to a little concealer brush and just kind of clean up that line. But yeah, or if you have a foundation brush, I have a kabuki brush, it's called. It's like a foundation for liquid foundation brush. And I'll take it and I'll just kind of clean up the corners a little bit but you could see like it drops. So it's bringing your eyes up, it's opening. So, yeah.
Okay. Something to keep practicing.
Yeah. Looks good. But yeah, it just takes some time and you play around with it and you will find where it's best for you. So, but that's pretty much it. That's
nice.
Yeah.
Here, but definitely you can see my eyes a lot more than you could before.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So usually once I have my shadow on, then I guess we're going to do our lashes.
Yes. I think I'm going to try my Fantasy lashes. They are my go-to favorite. And I have the Made in USA. I have the regular classic black liner. So I'm just
I'm using Starlit. So they're the limited edition lashes. And I'm going to be using the Made liner. But one trick for me personally is I like to put on a coat of my regular liner first. So I'm actually going to do that first. I just find that it kind of gives me a guide to where I want my magnetic liner.
I think so.
Because with the USA, we want the liner to be tacky. So a little bit sticky, not really wet. So that's it. I have it on, and I'm just gonna give it a little push when I have it where I want it to be, and then push it up. Fingers and stuff like that. But I don't use the anchors or anything, and my lashes stay on all day at work, every day. So
I always kind of just do a little pinch.
yeah.
So that is
Hey.
how we use the Stark Naked palette, and then Fantasy Lashes and Starlit.
Starlit.
Thank you,
Very
Jolene. That
nice.
was
Good job. You
wonderful.
did it.
I did it. I'll take some pictures so that you can see a little bit better with the lighting, but you can see
Yeah.
shadow.
Very nice.
And
Very
thank you
nice.
for making it so much easier than it looked before. So that is our overview of how to use the Stark Naked palette, how to apply lashes with classic and made in the USA liner, and we'll be back to talk to you about different options. And stay tuned for Stephanie and Jolene trying out some smoky looks and some different colors, because this would be pretty safe for me. This would be the palette that I would use most often. And these probably are some of my favorite lashes, the Fantasy Lashes. But I can't wait to try more of the lashes. Thanks so much, Jolene, for joining me today. Have a great day, everybody. We will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.